Don't you scroll by this. You see me. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Man, you see me talking to you. Don't you scroll by this. Happy Sunday to you, good people. Listen, 31% of Americans are engaged in their work. So that means 69% of us, you, right, wake up every day. That's 6 out of 10. Wake up or almost 7 out of 10. Let me say it that way. Wake up every day, go to work, get a paycheck, and do something that they're disconnected from. I want y'all to hear these numbers, good people. 56% of y'all, Americans, say that they're dissatisfied with their lives. That's more than half of y'all. Listen to this. More than half of Americans say they're emotionally disconnected from themselves and other people. So guess what? On this Soul Truth Sunday today, I got a question for you, right? So how do you have the business, have the career, right? You drive it, you wake up in it, you vacation to it, you spend it, but still feel disconnected and empty? I'm going to tell you how. Emotionally disconnection. Yes, sir, good people. That's the hidden crisis that nobody is talking about. So on this episode of Soul Truth Sunday, we about to tap in and start this conversation. So welcome back to another episode of Soul Truth Sunday. I'm your host, FL, founder of the Dirty BU Network, where identity meets nervous system. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And listen, this is Soul Truth Sunday, where we slow things down, where we recognize our subconscious patterns, where we regulate our body through those emotions, where we get a new revelation, right, on what to do different. Then we build a rhythm around that revelation, and then we put it on repeat mode so you can express your soul truth so you can dirty be you, good people. Man, I am excited about this episode. Listen, I've been doing basically, I guess, a series, man, the last couple of weeks on Are You Free? It started on Independence Day, the day after 4th of July. And then me and Dr. Ford picked it up last week. Are you free from the inside out? Dr. Ford went deep on what healing, emotional freedom, nervous system freedom is. So go check out that last episode. And today, I just had to dive into these numbers, man. These numbers are alarming, good people. These numbers are alarming. And it's because of emotional disconnection. Your energy in motion. That's what I call emotions, right? Your energy in motion. And today we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to show you why Americans are emotionally disconnected. And that by the end of this episode, hopefully you can reconnect yourself back to your true identity, right? Because I want you to be on the right side of the numbers and not the other side of the numbers. So listen, man, we about to just jump right into this thing. But before we do, listen, this show brought to you by the sponsor. I'm the sponsor today, Dirty BU Network, right? And the Soul Truth Power Sessions, right? Listen, I help high achievers, good people, reconnect to themselves, regulate their nervous system, and build a life that actually looks as good, right, on the outside as it feels on the inside, right? So listen, if you constantly know what to do, but can't consistently do it, you need to email me for that Soul Truth Power Session. I can help you using our 5R framework. All right. So listen, man, let's just jump right into this episode right now. So part one, I want to talk about. And what I'm doing with this episode today, feel free to drop your questions below. You know, every time I come on here, this is a live Q&A, people. So I want to hear from you. I just took some of the biggest questions that I've been asked over almost 30 years in personal development, and I'm going to answer them today because the hidden crisis, those numbers are growing, good people. Over half of Americans are emotionally disconnected. 56% of Americans are dissatisfied with them. With their lives. 69% don't feel connected to their work. That's alarming to a person like me that's in the field that I'm in. So listen, let's just jump right into this thing. Why do I feel empty even though I have things going for me? Right? This is one of the biggest questions that I get a lot, right? So how I answer that is success and fulfillment are two different things, good people. That's why you can have all the accomplishments, you can have the success, right? Right? You can have the career, but still feel empty. Because this is what I wrote down here. I want you to understand you can build the exact life your nervous system was taught to chase and still not feel connected to it because it's not authentic to who you are. Right? Right? So I'm gonna tell you a personal story about me. You can be making six figures, have the house, the marriage, have the community. Y'all hear me tell this story a lot, right? When I was sitting in my game room after me and my wife built our cleaning business and grew it to over 200K in the first 2 years. We have built our second custom home. And I'm sitting in my game room empty, disconnected from my emotional state, right? Had all the outer things, right? Six-figure income, had the entrepreneur business, right? But still feeling empty. Why? Why was I feeling empty and disconnected from myself? I wrote this down for you to see this because success without expression eventually starts to feel like a prison. Oh, we. Success without soul expression, right? Right. So the accomplishments, right? The money, the house, the cars, if those things are not really aligned with your true identity, your calling, your gifting, your purpose, your core values, your core beliefs, they start to feel like a prison instead of like success, right? So watch this, because I wrote this down too. I want you to get this. I want you to really understand why you feel empty, even though you have the accomplishments, even though you have the degrees, even though you got the success. Like you hear me always say, even though you driving it, living in it, vacationing to it. Listen, the soul doesn't get tired from expression. Your soul came here to express. The soul gets tired from performing. Your soul didn't come here to perform. Okay, look. I'm gonna get a little deep on this real quick. Your soul came here to express itself, and your soul needs a body for expression, right? But what happens to your body? Your nervous system hijacks your body because of the survival loop. Ooh, we. So now your soul has nowhere to express because it needs a body, right? Man, look, that's gonna hit you later. Listen, I would say this again. The soul doesn't get tired from expressing. That's what it came here to do. Your soul gets tired from performing. Ooh, we. So why do you feel empty even though things are going well for you? Because you're performing and not expressing. Oh, you got to catch that. Okay, part two, good people. Drop your questions below. If any part of this live Q&A hit you, drop your questions. Let's have the conversation because these numbers are alarming. Okay, part two. Why do I feel anxious when nothing is actually wrong? Anxiety and stress are kind of two different things to me, how I define it, even though they hang out together, right? Even though they're running buddies. Anxiety to me, when I get this question a lot, why do I feel anxious when nothing is actually wrong? Anxiety is like urgency. Like you can't sit still, right? Like you always got to keep moving, right? So listen, this is huge. A lot of y'all don't have a life problem. I got a nervous system problem, good people. Y'all hear me say this all the time. So I'm about to break this down, right? So what do I mean why you feel anxious, right? Why fight or flight, why you can't move? I want you to understand this. I'm gonna take my time on this part right here. Because your mind, you hear me always say this, your mind learns through logic and understanding, right? Stay with me on this, right? Your body learns through repetition, right? And remembering, right? So watch this. Your mind understands that your life has changed, right? Your mind understands that you're not in that toxic relationship no more. Your mind understands that you're not that 15-year-old kid no more, right? Your mind understands that your life has leveled up and you've got promotions and you've got, you married, you got kids, you got the white picket fits. Your mind understands all of those things, but your body is waiting on the next emergency. Okay, let me slow that down for you. Because your body learns by repetition and remembering, right? So even though your mind knows, that you're not in that toxic relationship. Your mind knows that your life has changed, right? Right? That you're not that 16-year-old kid, like I said, but your body still remembers those experiences. So it's waiting for the next emergency. So watch this. Peace feels unfamiliar to you. So then you go out and create chaos. 56% of Americans are dissatisfied with their lives. I'm trying to show y'all why, good people, because it's a nervous system thing, right? Peace feels unfamiliar, right? Because you're anxious all the time. So when everything settles in your life, you create chaos because that feels comfortable for you. Oh, man. Okay, listen, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to somebody that you know. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm just talking to myself because I had to walk myself through all this stuff. And I still have to settle my nervous system through all this stuff because it's called life, good people. It's called life. So listen, watch this. Stillness feels dangerous to you, right? Because you learned that safety was movement, right? So now when everything is settled on the outside, y'all hear me talk about this, right? When everything is going well, stillness, you can't sit still. Got to be doing something. Got to be trying to accomplish something. There's nothing else to do, good people. You didn't done it. You didn't created the life that you wanted. You put systems and structure in place. Now everything is still, and you still trying to do work. Why? Anxiety, fight or flight, right? Nervous system. Even though your mind knows logically and understands that you've already created the systems. Now they just repeat themselves, but you're still fight or flight. So watch this. Watch this. Stability feels boring. That's for the person that keep choosing the same people in the same relationships, right? Because your body remembers those toxic relationships. Your body remembers those toxic interactions with other people. So now that the right person comes into your life, right? The stable person comes into your life, they feel boring. Listen, I've been in personal development for almost 30 years. You know, the number one thing that I hear from women when a good guy comes into their life, when they're used to a toxic relationship, he's too nice. Too nice? What? Too nice? Why? Why do they say he's too nice? They don't really mean that from a mental standpoint. Their mind understands this is the person for me. He's this, he's that, he's everything that's on my list. But their body remembers those toxic experiences. And that's what their body is comfortable with until they learn to retrain the body. Okay, listen, let me say it like this for all my athletes out there. Something called muscle memory, right? Y'all heard me talk about this all the time, but people. I'm 47 years old. I've trained my body to do certain actions on the basketball court that now at 47 years old, when I step on the basketball court, I don't have to mentally think about because my body remembers those movements. So without me ever thinking about it, guess what my body reverts to when I step on the basketball court? Whew, getting down, staying on the balls of my heels. I mean, balls of my feet, not my heels. Moving my feet, not clicking my heels, right? Moving my feet, staying on so I could being in triple threat with my hands up, knees bent, ready to shoot, pass, or I don't have to think about that because my body remembers that. Your life is no different, good people. I want you to hear this before I get to the next part. So even when life gets better, your body still feels unsafe because it hasn't been trained to that new level of better. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. That's why more than half of Americans are emotionally disconnected because they're disconnected from their energy in motion because their nervous system is dysregulated. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I'm about to break this down even more. So listen. Part three. Let me jump to part three. Let's start with part three now. Why do I feel so disconnected? Because I was about to get ahead of myself. So this is part three. Because when your nervous system becomes dysregulated, I want you to hear this. Three things happen. I'm almost done, good people. Drop your questions below. Listen, when your nervous system becomes dysregulated, give me a little drink. Germ-free cleaner, man. It's a glass for my cleaning business. You know what I'm saying? I own merch, baby. Listen, I want you to hear these three things. Why do I feel so disconnected? Because when your nervous system becomes dysregulated, it does three things. Number one, these three things happen. This is science. You can Google this. Your perspective, your perception collapses, right? That's the first thing. You stop seeing yourself clearly. Watch this. When your nervous system is dysregulated, all the blood rushes to your limbs, right? Fight or flight. You hear me talk about this. Your pupils dilate, all the blood rushes to your limbs, right? Because it's not time to eat or digest. So no other blood is running to your digestive system, right? To your limbs, because your body really thinks there's an immediate threat in your environment. So it doesn't know if you have to fight or run. So when you're dysregulated, your perception of yourself collapses, right? Right? Because, let me say it like this, a dysregulated nervous system contracts instead of expands. So when you're dysregulated, your nervous system is contracting because it's trying to protect you. It's not trying to grow you, right? So when your nervous system contracts, your perception of yourself shrinks. You don't see yourself clearly in the situation. You forget who you are, you forget what you survived and came through, and you forget what you're capable of. This is science, good people. That's the first thing that happens when you're dysregulated. The second thing that happens, your perspective collapse. When your perception, who you are, shrinks and you don't see yourself right, then how you see your situation and everything else collapses with it. Right? So I wrote this down. You stop seeing your life clearly. So what does that look like in real time? One bad moment becomes a whole week that's terrible. You hear people say that? They have a bad moment, and then now the whole day is bad. Like Dr. Ford said in our last episode, to have a whole bad day, that means you had to replay a story for 12 to 16 hours out of that day that don't serve you. So there's no such thing as a bad day. And your perception collapses, how you see yourself, then your perspective collapses. Now the day's bad, the week's bad. You had a flat tire or you had a tough conversation. Now your whole life is ruined. Now y'all know how we talk because your perspective has collapsed. And then once that collapses, your possibilities collapse. You stop seeing solutions. You stop seeing opportunities, right? Because when you're dysregulated, I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this, good people. We're about to move on to the next part. When you're dysregulated, I wrote this down. When you're dysregulated, your brain, my brain, everybody's brain doesn't ask what's possible. It start asking, how do I survive? Ooh, we. And if your brain is asking, how do I survive? That's the wrong question, right? Because you'll hear me talk about it. The amygdala, right? So your brain from the bottom up, amygdala, hippocampus, prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex, decision making, right? Right? That's what that do. Assign meaning, direction. Hippocampus put things in context, right? What's real, what's not real. Contextualize. Alarm system, amygdala, how we all learned in that first 7 years. Then you got something called the vagus nerve, vagus. That's the communication highway. It's communicating to your nervous system. If you strip back your skin right now on your body, guess what's underneath? Nerves. That's your nervous system. You got this vagus nerve that's communicating. That's communication highway from your alarm system to your nervous system. What is it saying all day long, good people? Because when it's dysregulated and it's not saying the right things, the alarm is ringing. Danger, danger. Pupils dilate. Blood rush to your limb. But watch this. It's not a real threat. Now the threat is your coworker. Now the threat is somebody cut you off in traffic. Now the threat is you sitting at home and your kids are a threat. Your kids ain't no threat. That's a dysregulated nervous system. See, and when your nervous system is dysregulated, it can have you running from something that has already expired. That's no longer really a threat. See, I said this last week, Jacob and Esau story that I'm gonna move on to point four, man. I'm almost done. Jacob was running from a threat that had already expired. Esau wasn't thinking about Jacob no more. Esau had moved on with his life. Jacob, running. Jacob had to do a extra 20 years from a dysregulated nervous system because he was a trickster and hustler. Man, I can go deep into that, but I'm trying to get you to see when your nervous system is dysregulated, it'll have you running from stuff that ain't even real. Oh, okay. Listen, because you cannot get a new revelation without regulation. Your perception collapses, your perspective collapses, and your possibilities collapse. Okay, segment four, part four right now. I'm almost done, but people drop your questions. Part four, how do I know if I'm living my life or somebody else's expectation? Man, this is a question I get a lot. And I'm going to just break this down to you right now. I need you to ask yourself these questions. I tell the community this all the time when I'm doing my one-on-one. Ask yourself these questions. You want to know if you really living your authentic life, if you really align with your true identity, your calling, your purpose, your core values, your core beliefs. This is it. Question number one. If money was not involved, what would you be doing? Ooh-wee. Think about it. What would you be doing today? See, I'm doing exactly what I'll be doing with my life if money wasn't involved. I'm here helping you. I'm here serving the community. I'm here teaching identity and nervous system work. I'm coaching. I'm speaking. I told y'all this is my gift, right? My gift is translation, right? And it comes out through pattern recognition and communication. My calling is teaching. The purpose of both of those is connection. I would be doing this if I wasn't getting paid for it. I'm just so happy to be getting paid for it. Now I'm scaling it. So listen, what would you be doing, good people, if money wasn't involved? Think about that. That's the first thing I want you to do. Second question I want to ask you, what lights you up? What makes you come alive? Everything in life don't make me come alive, even though it might make you come alive, even though it might make my wife come alive. Baking don't make me come alive. My wife loves baking. Speaking don't make my wife come alive. I love speaking, right? What makes you come alive? That's number two, right? What do people naturally come to you for? Think about it. My whole life, people has always came to me for advice. My whole life, people have always came to me for encouragement, right? And empowerment. What am I doing now at 47 years old? What have I been doing? The same thing, good people. So listen, think about that. When do I feel most like myself? Ooh, because listen, the goal it isn't to just make a living. The goal is to feel alive while you're living. I'm going to say that again. Your goal on this earth ain't just to make a living. Your goal is to feel alive while you're living. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, wee. Look, that's going to hit you later. Okay, listen, man. I'm almost done. I got 3 questions for you, and then we getting up out of here, right? So these are the questions I want you to take into the week, to this upcoming week. As you start your week off, baby, just so true Sunday, we started off right. So these 3 questions I want you to carry with you into your week and be honest with yourself. Slow yourself down enough to really sit with yourself so you can recognize some things within yourself, regulate your body through those emotions because you're going to feel a way, right? Get a new revelation, build a rhythm around it, and then put it on repeat mode. So question number 1 I got for you, and I want you to be honest. What area of your life feels the most disconnected right now? Work, marriage, health, money, identity. You got to be honest with yourself, though. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. If you don't want to be part of those numbers, I want you to be on the right side of those numbers. I don't want you to be the 1 out of 2 people who feel emotionally disconnected. I don't want you to be the 69% of people who go to work every day and get a check is not connected to it. I don't want you to be the 56% of people who feel dissatisfied with their life. So you got to be honest with yourself. That's question number one. Question number two, when was the last time you felt truly alive? Good people, I feel alive every time I talk to you. I feel alive every time I wake up because I'm in my calling. I'm aligned to my true identity. When was the last time you feel alive? See, and when I say felt alive, that don't mean Kool-Aid come out your water faucet. That don't mean you don't have no challenges. That don't mean life don't life. You just know who you are and you stand 10 toes down in it. And every day you wake up, you feel alive and you feel satisfied with you. When was the last time you felt that? It's question number two. Listen, if nobody judged you, this question number three, what would you be doing differently today? If nobody judged you or rejected you for it, what would you be doing differently today? Take those three questions as you go into your week. And listen, man, those three questions are going to help you recognize some things about yourself. And then you're going to have to slow your breath down and regulate your body through those emotions. And how do you regulate yourself through those emotions? By grounding yourself with the facts and not the story, right? So listen, and this is what my products do. If you need help doing that, email me for a one-on-one soul truth session. I use my 5R framework that we talk about to help you slow yourself down, to recognize those patterns, right? To regulate your body, give you the tools to regulate your body through any emotion, get a new revelation so you can do something different to get a different result. Build a rhythm around it, put it on repeat mode. Or you may just need to grab those digital products, right? Right. You just might need to grab the digital products to reset your money or to get your gift off the sideline and into the game. Whatever you think your next step is, I got you. Email me or click that link. And listen, this is what I'm gonna say before we get up out of here. I want to say this to you. The goal isn't to make a living. I said that earlier. The goal is to feel alive while you're living, good people. So you don't be emotionally disconnected. Listen, because what's the point of getting everything you prayed for, everything that you desire, everything that you ever wanted, but you can't feel it? You can't connect to it. The book said like this: what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul and be emotionally disconnected? You put in all the work to build the life that you wanted, but you can't feel it or enjoy it. Oh, wait. So listen, that's so true Sunday, good people. That's it. Listen, email me your questions, flthelifecoach@gmail.com. And listen, if you want to be the next guest on the Soul Truth Spotlight, I interview a guest every month, right? A free winner every month. I choose. So this month on the 24th, I'm going to choose the winner. We go live on the 27th. I give away one free Soul Truth Sunday Spotlight coaching session live on YouTube. So if you want to be the next guest, you still got time to enter. Just email me. Tell me the biggest area of your life that you're struggling in right now. Your identity, your relationships, health, money, and are you willing to be coached live on the spotlight? Yeah, I announced the winner on the 24th. We go live on the 27th. And remember, every Tuesday, 2:30 p.m., brand new episode of the Married Life Podcast, or episode drops every Tuesday, 2:30 Central. Sometimes we go live, good people. And y'all already know what it is on Sunday, baby. We here every Sunday. So listen, take those questions, take this message, like, share it with somebody, click that link if you need those digital products. Email me if you need a next step. Man, let's keep growing. Let's keep expanding. Let's keep creating together so we can stay on the right side of those numbers and not on the side that's not serving us. So until next time, good people, I'm FL, founder of the Dirty BU Network, where identity meets nervous system. I want y'all to have a great week and happy Sunday to you, good people.